Hello, welcome to Daily Tech Digest for January 30th. So, if you have been on social media yesterday, you probably have seen the chaos of Moltbook. It's called the Facebook of AI agents, or for AI agents. And it's absolutely wild. It launched a few days ago by Matchlid, or rather his autonomous agent, Claude Clauderberg. And it's a social network where only AI agents can post and humans can just watch. It's built on OpenClaw, the open source agent framework formerly known as Moltbook. And we talked about this yesterday. In less than a week, over 150,000 agents have signed up, and they are forming sub communities, trading economic resources, and they also invented their own parody religion called Christopher.ism. It's fascinating, but it's slightly terrifying. So, and you can look at the emergent AI behavior over there. The pages are slightly slow right now, but it's functioning. And yeah, this is a hot place to watch. We'll see what they come up with next time we meet on Monday. Okay. Um, Moving on. So Moonshot AI has dropped a technical report on Kimi K2.5. So we talked about this in a little bit a while ago. So the specs here are serious. This is native multimodal, multimodal model trained on 15 trillion mixed visual and text tokens, and it features a mixture of experts architecture with nearly 400 experts activating 8 per token. So standard feature here is agent swarm mode. Instead of just answering a prompt, the model can decompose a complex task and spawn up to 100 parallel sub-agents to handle it. They're claiming 4.5 speed improvement over single agent execution for complex workflows. And it's definitely a model to watch if you're building agentic systems. Yeah, of course, multiple agents will be faster and more expensive. The so mixture of experts is an interesting kind of model where the graph is not strongly connected. It has like multiple parts. Some people think about it as left and right side of the brain, and they're not strongly connected as they are internally. So it produces interesting results where it can go reason about one specific part of knowledge without necessarily bringing in the other part. So good and bad, depending on the question that you ask. Okay. Deezer is taking the fight against fake music industry wide. So they announced that they're licensing their proprietary AI detection tool to other streaming platforms. The numbers behind this are just staggering. The last year alone, they have detected over 13 million AI generated tracks. So what's even crazier is that they report that 85% of streams from these tracks are fraudulent. So basically, bots are streaming music that bots also made, and the gaming the royalty system. So the tool claims 99.8% accuracy in flagging content from models like Suno or Udio. Very cool. That was coming. This was coming. Um, okay, next, massive privacy failure involving an AI toy from a company Bondu. So, security researchers Joseph Facker and Joel Margolis discovered that the company's web portal was completely unsecured. So, anyone with standard Gmail account could log in and access over 50,000 chat logs between children and the AI. These weren't just text logs, they contained sensitive personal details that are, of course, revealed by kids when they talk to those bots. And it's a stark reminder that smart toys often lack basic enterprise grade security. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I'm not bringing any Alexas into my home. Everything is local or not. It doesn't exist at all. Okay, next, more AI news. So, Anthropic released a study today that confirms that many senior engineers have feared relying too heavily on AI might be hurting skill growth. So, they ran controlled trial with 52 developers learning new Python library. And the results are the group using AI scored 17% lower on the mastery quiz compared to those who coded by hand. The delegation group, those who let the AI write everything, performed their worst. However, the developers who use the generation and comprehension workflow, where they verify the code manually, actually retain skills much better. Um, and there is another note here about actually asking um, so the participants who showed stronger mastery used the AI assistant not just to produce code, but to build comprehension while doing so. So asking follow-up questions, requesting explanations, or posting conceptual questions. So that's how I do it, and that works very good. So please do also. All right, moving on. This is an incredible piece of medical engineering from Northwestern Medicine. So surgeons managed to keep 33-year-old patient alive for 48 hours with no lungs in his body. So they used a custom total artificial lung system that doesn't just oxygenate the blood like a standard ECMO machine, it also regulated blood flow pressure to the heart to prevent failure. They even use saline filled implants to physically stabilize the heart inside the empty chest cavity until donor's lungs became available. And no pictures, so it's good. But this is amazing. Um, this is an artificial organ temporarily, but still very cool. Okay. Um, Tesla news. So this is concerning data out of Tesla's robotaxi fleet in Austin, Texas. So news reports show that the fleet had recorded 9 crashes over about 500,000 miles. So this averages out to one crash every 55,000 miles. So for context, human drivers typically average one police reported crash every 500,000 miles. So the critical detail here is that these Tesla stats include vehicles that had human safety monitors ready to intervene, suggesting that the autonomous system itself is still struggling significantly compared to human baselines. Yikes. That is bad. That is not what we expected. We expected better than humans. Okay. Next, if you're into decentralized web tech, check out this PeerWeb. So it's a hosting solution that uses WebTorrent to serve static websites directly between browsers, skipping central server entirely. It works by using a service worker to intercept network requests. So service worker is a tag inside the HTML5 and fulfill them via peer-to-peer network. It's an open source on GitHub, supports drag and drop deployment, and you can see here, and could be really a resilient way to host static content that cannot be taken down easily. Pretty cool. Okay. Um, Finally, a tool for the pessimist among us. Anti-render. It's a new AI tool designed to do exactly the opposite of what most rendering software does. Instead of perfecting lighting and blue skies, it takes architectural renders and adds overcast weather, puddles, gloomy lighting, etc. You can see here. The idea is to manage client expectations by showing what the building will actually look like on an average Tuesday in November, and rather than fantasy summer day. It's slightly depressing but brilliant, and it basically transfers. It's using the style transfer, so it styles things here. That looks like Seattle, but it's not. All right. Um, and finally, last piece of news today. Good news for Linux gamers. GOG has finally declared Linux the next major frontier for gaming and confirmed that they're working on native GOG Galaxy client for the platform. So this is a big shift as they have previously relied on community tools or wine wrappers. With the success of Steam Deck, of course, that is driving Linux adoption, having a second major storefront with first-party native support is huge win for open source ecosystem. You know, if you try to use Steam with um, Linux wine helpers that they already have, it's a very nice plug and play. Just click a button and it sets everything up for you. So having a second one, good news. I will see you tomorrow.